Cora Henderson, Pitt and Frank Attorneys, LLC. This is a timely question from Marcus. He emailed us. He says, after creating an online will in 15 minutes, he's wondering how good it is, if it's actually valid, because he leaves his house that he just apparently purchased to his kids, or this is just comforting fiction. And I realize you're an attorney, you got a vested interest in this, but if you were Marcus, what would you do? He wants to know, do DIY legal documents hold up in court?
Great question, Marcus. And in short, when in doubt, send it to me. I'm happy to take a brief look at it to see if it contains kind of the essential or general elements that we would want to look for. But, we get this question a lot because we do estate planning at my firm, and especially from folks that maybe have a little less complex estate planning needs. Maybe it's very straightforward. We just have one person, like you said, you want to leave your house to. It's possible that a do-it-yourself, online version might work. But I've also seen many of times where it doesn't. I see that in transactions in my office when you think and you rely on that, and then the estate tries to sell it later and it's no good, and you're staring down going to get an order of sale at the court because that didn't contain the essential language. So I think it's always best to have it drafted by a legal practitioner for the state that you're in. Real property will pass according to that state in which it's located. Also, I think, there are different costs, right? So if you just need something simple, ask for that. Shop around. There could be a really affordable fee for it. It doesn't necessarily mean you need a complex trust or something that's going to be a significant investment in your estate planning if your needs don't require that. But also understand, too, you said something, while I'm leaving my house to somebody. Yeah. There's correct ways and incorrect ways to do that in estate planning. And in fact, in Kentucky, we can oftentimes title that asset, that real property asset, on the deed directly in that manner, depending on the fact pattern. If you're gifting it to somebody else, maybe we do it through estate planning. But if you want it to go to your spouse, then maybe we title on the deed joint tenants with right to survivorship. So again, in a nutshell, I think it's really hard to ask an online option all of these different parameters and expect them to understand it. Instead, having a practitioner that is an expert in your state laws, such as real estate, such as estate planning, and seeing how they work together might be worth the investment.
Yeah. So, Cora, just very quickly, estate planning is different than a will, or it includes the will?
It can include the will, right? So when we think of estate planning, just any of those things, depending on someone's needs and services that they want. Medical power of attorneys, general power of attorneys, living wills, your last will and testament, trust documents, revocable, irrevocable, things of that nature, all are kind of inclusive under that more broad estate planning umbrella.
Good. Folks, don't wait it's too late and you're incapacitated for whatever reason and to get this started. Don't put it off. We all have a tendency to put that type of thing off. I know. I did.
And Bob, that's a great point. You said incapacitated to the extent that, many of us have a will, even, not nearly as many as it should, but then we don't think about our powers of attorney when we are incapacitated and what powers, are granted during that time. So yes, it's great to plan in death, but it's also great to plan for the unexpected adventures in life.